Hi, today I'm going to show you how to create sign in and sign up page in Android. This is the landing page of our app, and we will create sign up page for our logo. We edit our background. Here we use image view, and then we add few edit tags for email, first name, last name, address, and password. These edit tags are custom edit tags. On the left side, I have provided vector assets and then hint. Similarly, we design other edit tags and then we add one button for sign up and then add text view for existing user and sign in. This text view is clickable text view. So when I click on this text view, we move to the sign in activity. Now this sign up button have some validations. So when all the validations are successfully completed, we call to the Firebase Authentication where we save our email and password. But for first name, last name and address, we use real-time database to store the data. Now look at our sign-in page. Here you can see our signing page. Here I also use our logo, and for that I use image view and add custom edit tags for email and password. And on the left side of this edit text, we will add one vector assets. Then we will create a button, which is a sign in button. When I click on sign in button, it will have some validations. When all the validations are completed successfully, then we move to the home activity. Let's sign in and see our home activity. Here you can see our home activity. Here we fetch data from real-time database, first name and last name. Here we design a custom button for logout. So when I click on logout, we log out the user. Here we use Firebase Authentication Signout API to log out the user. On back pressed as well, we logging out the user. So let's start. Open your Android Studio. Click on Start a new Android Studio project. Select Empty Activity. Click on Next. Name of your application. Here we choose language Java and click on Finish. Now first we connect our Android Studio with our Firebase. So click on Tools. Click on Firebase. Now click on Authentication, Email and Password. Now connect our Firebase to our Android Studio. So click on Connect to Firebase. As you can see that our Firebase is connected to the Android Studio. Now click on Add Firebase Authentication. Click on Accept Changes. Now we successfully set up the dependency for authentication. You can check in build.gradle. Here dependencies add for authentication. Now I'm just changing. Now click on Sync Now. Now we log in our console from browser. Here you can see our project is created. Click on your project. Now click on Authentication. Sign in method. Here we use email and password and enable it. Click on Save. Here you can see we can just save email and password. To store the custom field, we have to use real-time database. So in my Android project, I'm going to add dependency for our real-time database. Now click on real-time database, save and retrieve data, and click on add real-time database to your app and accept changes. Here you can see our required dependency for database is added. Now here I'm going to change it to the upgraded version 19.3.1 and click on Sync Now. Now in our Firebase console, click on Database. Now click on Create Database. Here we use, if you want to create your application in production mode, then select production mode, otherwise select test mode. And click on next, then done. Now here click on rules. First select real-time database and then click on rules. Here we change read true, write true and click on publish, rule published. Now click on project overview, select project setting. Here we download our google-JSON file. Now copy this in your project in app. Now we change our minimum SDK version to 16 and click on sync now. This change I've made in build.gradle app level. Now we will design our sign up page. So now click on activity main.xml. Here we use constraint layout. Now I'm adding one image view for our background. I just copied the sign up image in drawable folder. Now I'm going to use in our main image view. I'm adding edit text for email. Now we create one vector asset for email and add here. Now here we add background. So here we add custom background. So for that we create a drawable resource file. Here we use shape, one solid element which is used to fit the shape. Now we just stroke element which is used for boundary. Now corners element to round the shape. Then use padding. Now click on main activity.xml. Here in background we pass custom. Let's look at our design. Here we are not seeing our edit text box. So we made some mistake. So here I use n. Instead of n I use here star. Now we create other text. Similarly we create other text. Now copy this and paste. First we create edit text for name, first name. Here we use one vector asset. This vector asset I already created in driver folder. Here we change hint and input type text. Here we change here top to bottom ID, and here we provide edit text email. Now look at our design. Here we change to now again copy this and create another text box for last name. Now look at our design. Then create another text box, this one for address. Here we change our vector asset and create another edit text for password. Here we don't need any vector asset. And change text input type text password. I'm going to add one button. Now I'm going to add one text view. Now our design is complete for sign up. Now we design our sign in page. So for that we have to create one activity. Here we select empty activity and name it sign in. Now in the sign in XML file, first we add image view for our background. Let's copy this from main activity.xml file and paste it here. So here we change our image. So before that, I copy the image in driver folder and change it here. Now we add two edit text, one for email and another one for password. So I copied from main activity.xml file and paste in signin.xml file. Now look at our design. Now we are going to add one button and name it Sign In. I'm going to add one text view. Let's copy it from activity main.xml. Now look at into our design. Next step is to create our home activity. So after finish logging, you can go to your home screen. Here I'm selecting the activity and name it home activity. Now open your home activity XML file. Here I'm also use constraint layout and add one text view. Then add one button for logout. Now create one package inside com.diksha.signinsignout package and name it module. And inside this package, I'm going to create one class that will use to save the data in Firebase and name it UserDetail. So in Firebase, we save three datas: first name, last name, and address. Then create one empty constructor. Create one another constructor and select all three parameters. And then create getter and setter and select all three parameters. Now click on main activity We want to get access our elements edit text button from XML file. So we use find view by ID. Oh, here I used wrong ID. To get the instance of Firebase Authentication and Database, here we use Firebase Auth. Now we will work on set on click listener. So buttons sign up dot set on click listener. First we get the text from edit text. Now after get text from edit text, we will check is there any field is empty. If so, then we will show error. Here we use if condition. If email is empty, then we set error. Similarly for other fields. Now check our email and password is not empty. Then we will create a user account with password and email ID. So here we check pass email ID and password. If it is not empty, then we will create. If it is not empty, then we will create uh, our account in Firebase Authentication using create user with email and password. And here we pass email and password and add on complete listener. Here we pass main activity dot this. If task is unsuccessful, then we will show one toast message. Now to show a toast message, so we create one custom toast message. So to create custom toast message, we create one package inside this package and name it util. Now inside this package, we create one class custom toast and create one method create toast. Now create one layout inside a layout folder. And in this layout, I'm using linear layout. Here we design layout for our custom message. Add one text view. Now click on custom toast class. Here we inflate our custom toast layout. Here we pass custom toast. Now here we get our text view, and now we make the text view bold and italic. So for that I'm using here spinnable string. If we use typeface dot bold. Similarly for italic, set duration. So here to change the color, when we get any error, then toast display some other color, and if we successfully sign up our screen, then it will show some different color. Here we set text color. If we get any error, we set text color. Else it will show some different color. Now click on main activity. So when we unsuccessful to sign up, it will show toast message. Else we save the details to the Firebase. Here we pass first name, last name, and address, and create one user ID. Now save the details in Firebase database. So here we use Firebase database dot get reference, and in get reference we pass UID and set value user details, and then add success listener. Now, if we successfully sign up, then we will move to the home activity. So here we use intent, and we send name to our home activity. Start activity. Here we pass intent. Else it will show a toast message if there is any error. If user click on sign in, then we will move to sign in activity. Sign in activity. Now we will work on our sign in activity. So click on project and sign in activity. Here we get our edit text view element from XML file by using find view by ID. Now to get the instance of Firebase Authentication and Firebase Database. Here we use Firebase Auth and Firebase Database. Now fetch all edit text and button and text view from XML file by using find view by ID. Now here we initialize Firebase auth state listener. And this auth state listener we use when there is any changes in authentication state, like when we sign in, this listener is invoked. So here we use auth listener equals to new. Now we check the current user. If not equals to null, if Firebase user is not equals to null, then we move to the home activity. So here we create one method. Else it will show one toast message. Create this method. Now we get the UID of current user. And here we get the user details. We get the name from Firebase and pass it to home activity. Create one toast message that will show login successfully. And we pass the name to our home activity. Now we will work on button.setOnClick listener. Now we get the text from edit text. After get the text from edit text, we will check is there any field is empty. If so, then we will show our error message. Check email edit text is empty, then we will show error. Similarly, we check our password field. Now if both the fields are empty, then it will show one toast message fields are empty. Else if we will sign in with email and password. If we sign in with email and password and pass email and password and add on complete listener. So in on complete, we check if task is done successfully. If it is not, then it will show one error. Here we create one toast message to show the error. Else call the method, move to home activity. If there is any error, then it will display one toast message. If user is not registered yet, then we will move to SignUp Activity. Here we pass signin.this and main activity dot class. Now we want our user to remain logged in if the previous session hasn't finished. So for that we create on start method. Now click on home activity. Here we access our button and text view from XML file using find view by ID. Here we use sign in button. In text view logged in text view. Now user text view dot set text. Here we pass name. Now we work on logout button. Here we use Firebase auth dot get instance and call sign out method. After sign out, we go to our login activity. So here we use intent. Now we work on back pressed button. So when I back press on a button, we sign out and move to the sign in activity. So here we create on back press method. First we log out and then move to sign in activity. So here let's copy this code and then finish. Now it's time to run our project. Here you can see our sign up page and the 5 edit text, email, first name, last name, address and password. So here we pass email, pass first name, last name, address and provide password. Now click on sign up. When I sign up, we can see our home activity. Welcome Diksha. So let's look at our database. Click on authentication. Here you can see that our user is created, email ID and a UID is created here. Now click on database, real-time database. Here other data is stored against the UID, your address, first name and last name. After running the project, I got one error. I forgot to initialize my Firebase auth. Now again run the project. So now click on existing user and sign in. Here you can see login page. Here we provide email ID and password and click on sign in. Here you can see that we successfully log in and you can see the home activity. Now click on log out. We come back to our login activity. Now if we do not provide here email ID or password and click on sign in, it will display error. Please provide email ID. If you provide email ID, on sign in, it show error, please provide password. If you provide incorrect password, it show error, login error, please log in. Now click on not register and sign up. Here you can see the sign up screen. When I click on sign up, it show error, please provide email ID. Similarly, it will show the error for other fields. If we provide here the wrong email ID, Now click on sign up. It shows error, sign up unsuccessful, please try again. Because email address is incorrect. Now we provide right email ID. I've already registered this email ID, so I'm going to change it. And here we provide password with 3 characters. A Firebase default provides 6 characters. Here in password I am providing 3 characters. So when I click on sign up, it will show incorrect password error. The password should be at least 6 characters.